You know the part of the song everybody sings along.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Super Bowl dreams are on the line today in the conference championship where only one team can move on. It's the Raiders going up against the Broncos. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth as we turn it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Larry, we are located a couple miles west of the Colorado State Capitol building here in downtown Denver. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between our visitors and the Denver Broncos. Now a handoff looking right. And he's got room. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 36 yards.
And that's definitely the way to get things started. That's the way it was drawn up in the locker room, in pregame, and everything. And they got it done right away, running the ball for a big game.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. And when this offense is clicking on all cylinders, the running back is in sync as well.
The focal point. Runs, catches, blocks, sets the tone for the offense.
All right, here we go.
They're going to look to throw. And a reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. 7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw.
Well, trying to be bold on the opening drive of the game, but that effort, it proves futile.
How many times have we talked with coaches where they've talked about taking the emotion out of their decision-making? I think that opening drive, if he didn't have it in his head to go for it before, I think that keyed into it. They were doing so well, and he decided to really establish something there. They didn't get it. Now you got to make sure that they don't lose their focus. There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, flat out.
And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, had some blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. They'll try and start this drive. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the... And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. In fact, if anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take this one down to the 20-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game at Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Now they send a man in motion right. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. And we take a look now at the defense for the Raiders.
Aaron Donald's dimensions were talked about big time when he first entered the league. Many called him undersized. Now they just call him all-pro.
Now they'll run it on the toss. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. it just never materialized.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll go with a keeper. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal.
Well, they gave it a shot, quarterback sneak. Not able to get it.
No, but if you're going to call a QB sneak on 3rd down, you draw it up to get it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Maybe they were thinking 4-down territory.
And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Watching that Barney.
Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. The offense is going to stay out there. We'll see what the play call is. They need to find the right one here on 4th and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A great effort there. Taking it in. And the Broncos will extend their lead. Showing some grits and some guts going for it there. 4th and goal, pounding it in.
And being rewarded for that confidence in the team, huh? The coach saying, let's go ahead and get this. And how about the guys up front firing out, finding a little bit of a crack for them to get through? Touchdown. I love it.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So out come the Raiders. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad.
Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. They'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
It went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key 1st down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him. Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Looking to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he picks up the 1st before he's taken down at the 29.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Second down now after the pass completion.
Gone! Now let's go! Boom, landed!
Again, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Broncos say they have it. They do.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Well, the coaches mentioned they weren't as concerned about big play offense. They thought they could get some shorter, quicker stuff and be consistent. And that's kind of what they showed there.
What they saw in preparation, what they saw on film, is a defense that likes to get out fast in terms of coverage, meaning they either bail out or they give them a lot of space to throw the underneath stuff. So they decided they'd take advantage of it and worked on it hard in practice this week.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
And they'll run it here. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
In motion right is Jeffrey. And on the ground they go with a running back. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. An entire crew of Raiders, an entourage there to make the tackle.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. And there on third and short, they just tried to spread the field. It worked.
And I think that the spreading of the field, the extra receivers, has really become the next in the evolutionary chain in the NFL. Go all the way back in that situation, you're handed to the fullback, right? As we evolve, maybe you pitched it to your tailback. Now you spread the field, and you have your choices of where to throw it and complete it for a first down.
Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll push his way up to about the 14. And I know it's hard in live action, but you've got to keep your hands away from the face. That's a 15-yard penalty.
You work on it all the time, making sure your target area is lower and trying to keep your hands away from the face mask so you don't get the big penalty.
Slot man moves right.
Detroit! Over the line now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. No, check. Patriot. All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
Watch it now, Barney.
And they'll go on the ground. Now the ball comes loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
Then he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll be now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now from back at the 9 after that last play, this is 3rd and goal.
Here we go now. Green.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to lose yard. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos.
And they might think about going for it here, but it's still just the second quarter. Take the 3 points, tell the defense you believe in them, and let them get the ball back for you.
So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now here come the Raiders. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
2nd down now after the incompletion. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Three receivers to the left, 1 to the right. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Letting one go deep. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Their dangerous wide receiver, 27 yards. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. He's got it, and that makes our score 24-7. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney. Green, 39.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And some room to work. There he goes left side. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the 1st half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
These guys told us, these guys being the coaches, they wanted to really stretch the field, get the ball down deep. They were able to do that here.
And you know when you stretch the field, you often leave guys in one-on-one situations, and that allows your better athletes to go up and get the football. I love the preparation that they put into this. They made it a priority, and they got what they expected.
So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we send you on down to our studios in Orlando, where standing by is Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. A great read, and it's picked off. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Back to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So put another 3 on the board. And all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the third quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
I know they don't like to hear it when they get to a certain age, but then you have to start to use your skills, your wiles, right? Your mind to beat guys to the football. And getting your toes tapped in bounds definitely qualifies as that, doesn't it?
The veteran showing he still has the agility. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A big play there. 49 yards. And the Raiders get a score closer. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. First down, he'll drop to throw. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
Play clock winding down. Now back to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Here we go.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They're going to try and throw. And Jeffrey's got it. It'll be a gain of 24 on the play. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They'll give it to him right up the gun. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that. And that really chips away at your confidence.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on 1 run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Now, check. Patriot! Detroit!
Looking to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So 3 field goals for him here, and this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
And he's been solid as usual. And this is what you need to do. Make sure you get points out of every possession. And so far, they've done a nice job of that.
The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now
who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
And that's off the mark, incomplete. So a second down incompletion now brings up third down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that's incomplete.
So the defense forces a 3-and-out, but they got some help along the way. They threw it on first down, and when they were unsuccessful, it became 2nd and long. Didn't get it again on another pass. Went 3rd and long, and they almost had to put it in the air. They may want to rethink some strategy going forward.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. Little motion now from the tight end. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. On the stop was Aaron Donald. Back now at the home of the champs, Sports Authority Field in Denver. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So a ways to go here on 3rd and 10. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. From the left hash, this from 46. And he missed it. That was neither far enough. It wasn't even on target. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, he was 3 for 3 to that point, but he couldn't keep the perfect game going.
Did someone mention it on the bench and jinx
Maybe
it?
jinx him a little bit.
Well, you doubt it had anything to do with overconfidence, but hey, it's an inexact science. These things do happen.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, though.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good. I
always did because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So the offense has it 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The whole group of Raiders there that time helped bring him down.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
3rd and 11. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And they'll be in search of 11 yards here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. So the D-line's going to spread out. They'll try and start this drive in the air. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And incomplete, he dropped it in the end zone.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Second down following the incompletion.
Hurry up, here we go. No, check. Patriot.
They'll look to throw again. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having. I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. And on 2nd and 10 now.
Gone! Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Looking for someone to throw to. And he comes back with one complete. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And the decision to go for it pays off. They've got a 1st and goal. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll run it now out of the gun. That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they?
And now here's another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do.
Let's go.
Time for a break. Back to wrap up the AFC Championship game after this. And they still need 8 yards for the first here on 2nd down. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. And they'll run it here. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the... Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Jeffrey will go in motion right.
Now look at 56. Look at 56.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Room here to run. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A conference championship on the line and a championship-type run right there.
That guy's running as if he can smell it, feel it, and obviously wants it.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. 8 yards to go here on 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of...
And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
And that'll close the books on the conference championship. For Charles Davis, myself, Brandon Gaudin, and our entire crew, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks from the Super Bowl.
We're awake, we're alive, got the fire in our eyes. We're the kings, we're the queens, and if this is just a dream, don't wanna wake up. Let this feeling breathe.